Often when you're mixing, it's convenient to group together similar tracks so that you can treat them as one. For example, you can raise a fader and all of the faders raise. You can change a send level, all of the send levels change, etc. And we call these groups. You show them right under the tracks by clicking that arrow, and under the tracks is the group area. I can change the size of that. By default, there's one group that's always there, and that's called all, and it's just what it means. It's all the tracks. If I select all, you'll notice that in my group area here, I'm showing that all of these are part of the all group. And when I move one fader, they all move in relative fashion. But we can create additional groups as well. Let me take a look at these guitars. I have 4 acoustic guitars that I want to group together. I'm going to shift click the 4 of them, and I'm going to press Command G. This is my group window. It looks a little different on Pro Tools HD from Pro Tools LE and M-Powered, but the same techniques apply. First, I give the group a name. Let's call it Acoustic Guitars. I assign it a letter. By default, it's assigned A. And again, based on the type of Pro Tools system you have, you can get an awful lot of groups here. I can choose a edit group, which means the group is only active when I'm working in the edit window, a mix group, which means it's only active in the mix window, or make it both. So whether I'm in edit or mix, the group is active. And then I assign tracks to it. You can see that the 4 tracks I had highlighted are already assigned to the group. I could add additional tracks by selecting one and clicking Add, and remove it by clicking Remove. Okay, that's all there is to it. So now I have a group. Over here, it's highlighted, which means it's active. And when I move something in my group, all of them move. If I want to get out of group mode, I can uncheck it or unhighlight it, and now the tracks move separately. By the way, if I'm in group mode and I want to temporarily just raise this second acoustic guitar, I can hold down Control and it temporarily takes it out of group mode. And when I let go of Control, now I'm back in group mode. Let's set up another group for our electric guitars. I will hold down Shift to select these 3 electric guitars, Command G, call this electric guitars, and then I will set up one final group which has all of my guitars from acoustic and electric. Call that guitars. So now I have 3 groups, one for just my acoustic guitars, one for my electric guitars, and one for all of my guitars. There's a Show Hide button here, which basically just selects the tracks in the group. So if I choose electric guitars and click here, you'll see my electric guitars are all highlighted. But they're not in group mode until I highlight electric guitars. If I click Show on Guitars, all of them are highlighted. And you'll see that these 2 are circled, which means that they're part of another group, in this case, guitars. I also have Command Focus capability here. So remember in the edit window, when I have Command Focus active, I can use my Command Focus keys to do things like zoom and separate and so forth. Well, when the AZ is lit here, then my letters no longer do edit functions, they select groups. So if I hit A, I select my acoustic guitars. If I hit C, I select all my guitars. I hit A again, and C again, it turns them off. So I can quickly select groups with letters as long as my Command Focus is selected. If I want to change a group, I go to this arrow and I can choose Modify Groups. Select the group I want to change, let's say guitars, from this drop-down, and now I'll take the fills out of that group. I don't want fills in that group anymore. And we're done. By the way, a quick way of getting Command Focus to groups is Command Option 3. If you remember from the edit window, and by the way, groups are here as well, Command Option 1 selects this Command Focus. Command Option 3 selects this Command Focus. Command Option 1, Command Option 3. And while I'm in edit mode, I can select my guitars, my acoustic guitars, my electric guitars, and then ABC turns them all off.